Happy Monday. Okay, I told you last week that this was a really good guide, and I know for our scavenger hunt, a lot of you had this, okay? This is something you're still going to want to reference this whole week during this week of math, okay? We're dealing with a lot of quadrilaterals, polygons, a lot of geometrical shapes, okay? So you're going to want to continue to refer to this attribute sheet. If you lost it or something like that, it's still on Remind. Tell your families, okay? And it's also going to be under my name on the Warren City website, okay? So this week I have your math guide, and it says page 195 and 197, okay? 195, very first question. Two of the shapes below are rhombuses and two are not. Circle the two rhombuses. Well, like I said, I'm going to look at my guide like, oh man, I forget what a rhombus is. Okay, so let's look. All right, a rhombus is a two-dimensional flat, not a three-dimensional like where you do it, but this is a flat. This piece of paper is a flat. It's a two-dimensional flat shape with four congruent sides. What's congruent mean? Oh man, I'm going to refer to my sheet because we talked about that. Okay, congruent. Oh, you had it in your sheet last week. Okay, congruent. Okay, same shape, same size. Congruent. That's same. Okay, similar is like same shape. Okay, and it's similar. Similar shape, but maybe different sizes. Congruent is same shape, same size. So four congruent lines. Okay, so the rhombuses. Circle the two irregular polygons. Okay, so a polygon is a closed, I have some slime on there from Madeline, a closed two-dimensional flat shape with three or more sides. They're great. All of these have three or more sides, so let's think about it. Let's look at my polygon. I just lost it. Okay. Polygon. And make circle. The two that are polygons, I already see them, and then the other two would be the irregular. Okay? Question 3 is write the times for all four of these clocks. That's it. And question 4 is Ava boards her school bus at 7:48 in the morning. She arrives at school at 8:07. How long does it take Ava? So I would do a number line, 7:48 to 8:07. Remember, there's only 60 minutes in an hour. We're already at 7:48, so then you would go to 8 o'clock and you go to 8:07 and write the time, okay? That's that page. The next page is GeoBoard. I'm sorry. I know you probably have used GeoBoards in second grade, but for this lesson, we would have brought out GeoBoards. It was a workplace, too, and we would have used rubber bands on our GeoBoard. So this says, on each GeoBoard, draw an example of the polygon named. So draw with your pencil a square. Draw with your pencil a rectangle that is not a square. Okay, a rectangle that is not a square, because a square is a rectangle, so don't do a square. And then lastly, a rhombus, which you just did that in your other paper. Fill in every bubble beside a statement that is true about all three of the polygons up here. Okay, you're going to bubble in the statement that describes a square, a rectangle, and a rhombus. All of these have something in common, okay, and there's square, rectangle, and a rhombus are all here on this guide. A square, a two-dimensional flat shape with four congruent sides and four right angles. A rectangle, a two-dimensional flat shape with two pairs of parallel sides, four sides total with four right angles. Rhombus, a two-dimensional shape with four congruent sides. All four of them, what do they have in common? All three of the polygons are quadrilaterals. All three of the polygons have four sides that are congruent. All three of the polygons are parallelograms. All three of the polygons have two pairs of parallel sides. Okay? Great. You got this. Okay, and then it's multiply. Multiply these, and then the challenge is by tens. Remember, when you're multiplying by 10, you're really multiplying 2 times 8. It says 20 times 8. Don't get intimidated. What's 2 times 8? What's 2 times 8? 16. Then you add a 0 on the end. So it's 160. Okay? All right. Here is my challenge for you right now. And this is something, nobody got my challenge. I did a challenge on the last week, and I said, tell your families, and that was 20 plus 20, so which told me nobody was watching these videos. I said, tell your families to tell me what 20 plus 20 is, and I'm going to send you something. So if you're watching this, here's my challenge for you. What's 5 times 2? 5 times 2? Have your family send it to me. They'll be like, okay, so-and-so said 2 times 5 is 10. They accept your challenge, Mrs. Graham. And then I'm going to send something. Okay, bye. Happy Monday.